Welcome back, and you're now listening to part 2 of this my video presentation titled What is Religion? An unbiased critique and analysis of the word and what it represents. And thanks very much for joining me and for watching, or maybe you're listening. So with all that I've said so far in part 1, hope you have already watched part 1 before you watch part 2. Let me now continue by looking at the meanings and definitions of the word religion as given by the New Lexicon, Webster's Dictionary of the English Language. And also let us look at why those people that are not adherents of religion might be onto something, if not straight up right or straight up correct. Definition 1. Religion. Man's expression of his acknowledgement of the divine. Number 2, a system of beliefs and practices relating to the sacred and uniting its adherents in a community. An example of such is the religion called Judaism and Christianity, etc. Unquote. This that I've just read, as I mentioned before, is from it's a quote from on religion from the New Lexicon, Webster's Dictionary of the English Language. So from this definition, number 2, a system of beliefs. Definition number 2 from the dictionary, we can see that religion, or the thing called religion, is a system of beliefs, or a belief or belief system. I should also point out here that from quite recent personal experience, I have discovered that there are some very high profile religious people, particularly in the Christian community, and by high profile I mean doctors and pastors with PhDs in Christian theology, that seriously object to the dictionary's use of the word system of beliefs in its definition of the word religion. They publicly state that they will not agree to religion being defined by the dictionary as being a system of beliefs or as a belief system. They say that they will accept the word belief, but not the word system. So in the event that any of you, my viewers and listeners, might share the same views or sentiments on the word system, I will substitute the phrase system of beliefs with the phrase an organized group of beliefs instead. So I will use an unorganized group of beliefs instead. So whenever I use the word system of beliefs, whenever you hear me using the dictionary's definition and quoting the dictionary to support, to add support to my points in this presentation, I consider an organized group of beliefs to be the same thing from my perspective, but for whatever reason most people resent publicly on radio the use of the word system of beliefs. So I'm just using an organized group of beliefs instead. So please replace, whenever I said system of beliefs or belief system. Religion means a system of beliefs or a belief system. I ask that you please replace in your mind, the phrase in your minds with the phrase an organized system of beliefs. If we can agree, if we can now agree, or all agree, that religion is a belief system, or that religion is a system of beliefs, then we may move to the next step of our critical or of our critique and analysis of the word religion and what it represents. For those of you that might still want to know what the dictionary's definition of the word system is, well, here it is. According to the dictionary, a system is an orderly, interconnected, complex arrangement of parts. An example of such complex arrangement and interconnected complex arrangement of parts is our nervous system. That's according to the dictionary. Number two, a system is a set of principles linked to form a coherent doctrine. As an example given by the dictionary, same Webster's dictionary, a philosophical system. For your information, coherent means sticking together, or that which is logically connected, logically developed, or that which is logically consistent. If we agree on that definition of the word system, then we can move to the next level of my critique or our critique and analysis of religion. And if you do not agree, then I ask that you just make a note and send me your questions, your comments, and response, or make a response video. As I said, this is my perspective. I'm just trying to share them with you, and I'm open to your comments and feedback. Now, from my perspective, the most important fact in this, the Webster's dictionary's definition of the word religion, that I would like to again draw your attention to, is the fact that according to the definition of the word religion, it is a system of belief and not a system of knowing or a system of knowledge, but a system of belief. Or for those who do not want to use the word system, let me substitute it by saying it is, according to the Webster's dictionary, then it would be an organized group of beliefs and not an organized group of knowing or an organized group of knowledge. The second point that I would like to draw your attention to is the fact that belief and knowing are not the same thing, but that they are two different things. For basic logic coupled with our basic common sense will suggest that to believe something or to believe someone does not necessarily mean that we know it, that something or that someone. And for your information, whenever you hear someone use words such as if, suppose, maybe, or believe in a sentence, they are publicly and openly admitting that they really don't know, or that they do not yet know, but that they are trusting and hoping to know. If we agree with that fact, then we may move to the next level of our critique and analysis of religion. If you don't, again, please make a note, and I'm open to your comments and your response videos. Third point of fact that I would like to point out here is that if or when you know, then there is no need or logical reason for belief. If or when you know, then there is no need or logical reason for the thing called belief. Or if or when you know, then there is no need or logical reason for you to believe anymore, or for you to have faith anymore. From my perspective, if you know your God, then you would not have to believe in him, her, or it anymore. If or when you know your God, you will not have to profess or practice faith anymore, for you would know what him, her, or it will or will not do. For example, let me give you a scenario. Let's say that you believe that your God is always with you. For according to, let's say you're a Christian, and according to your Bible, your God said, behold, it is written, behold, I am with you always, even unto the end. Let's say that you believe that he has given you his invisible angels, or he has given his invisible angels charge over you to keep and protect you in all your ways, and that he will not allow your foot or your feet to gash against a stone. And let's say that you are on the 21st floor of a high-rise building, and there is an emergency such as a serious fire coming from immediately from under you, the 20th floor, or an earthquake. And let's say your only way out of that building, the 21st floor, is to jump to the street, which is 21 stories down or 21 stories below. Then if you know your God, that what he, she, or it say, he, she, or it would do, he, she, or it will do, then you wouldn't even need to have a second thought. Or you wouldn't have to believe him, she or it, or call on him, her or it, to remind him, her or it, your God, to remind your God. You wouldn't need have to take a leap of faith. But just like the bird, or just like a bird that know that it can fly, and please note, not a bird that believe that it can fly, or not like the R&B singer R. Kelly, who believe he can fly. But you would just leap by knowing that you would land, or that you would touch down gracefully and safely on the concrete or the asphalt pavement 21 story below you, without having to worry about the effects of the law of gravity on your descent. If you agree with that fact, then we may move on to the next level of my critique and analysis of religion. And again, if you don't, your comments and response videos are welcome. From my perspective, belief is the first step towards the direction of knowing, or the direction of knowledge. Knowledge, or knowing, is the first step towards the direction of understanding. Understanding is the first step towards the direction of wisdom. And it is only when we attain wisdom, and in this order, believing, assuming it's believing, knowing, and understanding, then wisdom, in that order, will we be able to make what is known as wise judgment or wise decisions. If you, my viewers and followers and listeners, if you agree with me on this fact that I've just mentioned, then we may move on to the next level of my critique and analysis of religion. If not, again, send me your comments and your feedback. I'm open. So, what then is belief? For your information, and also from my perspective, belief is the son of Beli and the father of believe. In other words, Beli is the father, belief is the son, and believe is the grandson. All three together is what I call the black family, which I also call the Trinity bloodline of all lies. Let us look at the word belief, or rather, let us look at the word first, Beli, or what I also call father lie. Beli, B-E-L-I-E. Beli means, from the dictionary, according to the English language, Beli means to give a false notion of, as his appearance believes his feelings. And two, to fail to come up to accord with, as his acts belie his words. These are just examples of what the word Beli means. This word in the English language, for your information, is a compound word consisting of the prefix word be and the root word lie. Be, or to be, by definition, is to exist. Lie, by definition, is con, or falsehood, as in deception, etc. Now, by combining these two words together, you get be lie, meaning your state of existence, or if you prefer, your current condition, which is in a state of con, falsehood, and deception. Be lie. So in summary, we can safely say that at the root of all beliefs and at the root of all beliefs systems is a lie or lies, cons, falsehood, and deceptions. Remember, most people are unable to see the forest because of the trees. And I have just cut down some trees so that people can see the forest. At the root of belief, Beli, and believe is lie or lies. Well, I'll bring that out some more. So what is religion? The word religion. Let us dissect and decode the word religion, and let us see if it might be telling us a story, or if it is telling us the truth and what it means. First, we must agree that it is the word religion. It is an English word, meaning that it belongs to the English language. Religion belongs to it's an English word that belongs to the English language, and in particular, that the word religion, belongs to the owners of the language, the English, the British, Anglo-Saxons people. It's their language, that's their word, it belongs to them. We are just borrowing it or using it. If we can agree on that. If we accept this fact, then we can move to the next level of our critique and analysis of religion. Again, if not, you know what to do. Comment or enlighten me. Second, we must agree that its etymology, it means religion, etymology, is European. In other words, not only is the word religion English, it is also of European and Caucasian origins. Again, if we can accept this fact, let's move on to the next level of my critique and analysis of the word religion. Third, we must agree that it, meaning the word religion, is a compound word, and what do I mean? And what do I mean by a compound word? Some of you might be asking. Well, a compound, according to the same English dictionary, means, and I quote, one, a mixture, or a mixture of two or more elements. Two, also compound words, a word made up of two or more existing words. And three, compound as in chemistry, a substance formed by two or more elements, chemically united in fixed proportions, etc. Unquote. So when I say religion is a compound word, I mean that it is made up of more than one word. In this case, it is a compound word that is what is called a triplet or a triplet, meaning it is made up of three words. In other words, just like in chemistry, we use the periodic table to form, mix and match elements and form what is known as a chemical compound. In alchemy, we use the alphabet in a language to form compound words. And just like the chemical compound in chemistry is used for good or for evil, so the alchemical compound in alchemy is used for good or evil. So word is an alchemical compound. Therefore, the word religion is an alchemical compound and a triplet or triplet alchemical compound, to be precise. If we accept this fact, then we can move on to the next level of my critique and analysis of religion, or the word religion and what it stands for. If not, again, you know what to do. Your comments and response videos are welcome. Now, according to the rules of the English language, known as syntax, grammar, and semantics, etc., the first part of a compound word is called the prefix word. Again, from the word pre, meaning before, and the word fix, meaning stationed or positioned, etc. The second part of the word is called the root word, the most basic part of the word. It is the part of the word that tells the true story about the word. It is most essential, or the most essential element in the word, or in the compound word. The third part of the word is called the suffix. The suffix is added to the root word to form new word or to form new compound word. From my perspective, the most important part, as I've mentioned before, of a compound word is the root word. In other words, all the prefix and suffix do is to modify the root, or to modify the root word, and thereby presenting it in a desired or a presentable package. If we accept what I've just said, or if you accept what I've just said as fact, then we can move to the next level of my critique and analysis of the word religion and what it stands for. If not, again, you know what to do. So in the compound word religion or religion, it's three words: L-I-E, lie, second part lie, and the third part G-I-O-N, Jean. Re means again. Re, the prefix means again, as in to do again or repetitiously. Lie, L-I, means lie without an E. Misleading. In other words, lie meaning misleading, falsehood, deception or cons, etc. Lie. To tell a lie. That's what L-I really means. A lie without an E. Jean, G-I-O-N, I must hereby admit that I cannot honestly explain or compensate for the G in the suffix Jean, G-I-O-N, in religion. I can only logically assume at this time that it is used for as aid in the English pronunciation of the word religion. Second point that I would also like to make is that most suffix or suffixes that I have observed in the English language are three-letter syllables. Therefore, if we drop the consonant G from the suffix Gion, we end up with the word ion. Ion. Remember, this is not my language, so let me spell it for you. I-O-N. Which from my perspective makes a lot more sense. Again, I ask if you have any more information on the G and on the suffix Gion, please submit it. I would be more than happy to hear your perspective on this. So, ion means, according to the English language, it means, the suffix, it means indicating an act or a state. When that word is added to the root word, it is indicating an act or a state. As in the word induction, to induce, the process of inducing, the process will be the act. When it is induced, it becomes induction. Or confusion, the process of confusing people. It's called confusion, etc. So in summary, we may reasonably deduce and logically conclude from this word religion that at the root of religion is a lie without an ease. Again, let me repeat that. In summary, we may reasonably deduce and logically conclude from this word religion that at the root of religion is a lie without an E. Secondly, we may also deduce and logically conclude from this word religion that religion is the act of telling repeated lies. Religion. Or telling a lie repeatedly, or telling a lie repetitiously. Third, if etymologically the suffix ion, I-O-N, is a derivative of or is related to the French and Latin ionis, I-O-N-I-S, or the Greek aeon, A-I-O-N, and the English E-O-N, eon, which meaning ages, centuries, then what this word is, or what this word might be telling us, is that mystically, religions has been or have been telling us repeated lies for centuries or for eons. From my perspective, and quite contrary to what almost all others are saying, religion is not an African thing. Religion is not a natural, native, earthly thing. This is something that I cover, a point that I cover in one of my books, which hopefully will be released that you guys can read and dissect it for yourself soon. But religion is an alien ideology. Lie, the telling of lies. And as it is written in the Bible, the man that is commonly called Jesus today, as I've mentioned elsewhere, who was most probably called Yahushua back then, if those record of him is correct, talks about Satan being the father of lies. And in other of my videos, I talked about Satan being cast down or cast out or somehow ended up on this our planet Earth, and what he has been doing since he's here is deceiving the whole earth according to the same Bible. These are stories that have been written thousands of years before any of us came on the scene. So from my observation and my common sense, I see where some of those stories make sense. So I'm just interpreting them in accordance to what I see happening here. So Satan is the genius behind this whole thing called religion. Religion. And I break up the word for you, and I'm open to all you scholars to please straighten me out with this one if I'm wrong. Show me where I've heard explain that G, explain the prefix, the root word, and the suffix, how all three comes together, and what other story it is telling other than telling lies. I humbly await your perspective or your facts, whatever you have. I'm open. I'm a truth seeker. I run away from those who know the truth, but I seek the company of those who seek in the truth. This is not my saying, it is according to the former Czechoslovakian president, Václav Havel. One of my favorite quotes. So religion is a trick of the devil, if my analysis is correct. Religion, a trick of the devil. And maybe that is the reason why we are having all these results, all these things, these evil done in the name of religion. Now, so I've said I don't think it is something belong to the earth. It is not an ideology that belongs to our natural native earthly humans. It is not an ideology that comes out of our African ancestors or the earliest ancestors on our planet. I think that it was brought here by those who came long after many of us were here. The original native indigenous people from the land of Africa and the planet Earth in general, not necessarily Africa alone, because it's a theory that we all came from Africa. It might be one day proven to be otherwise. So I'm open. For now, it stands, but if it open, look, I'm a truth seeker. I go where truth lead me, or where what makes sense leads me. I'm not promoting any religion or any system of beliefs or belief systems. So, here's the big question I would like to ask before as I wrap up here. I mentioned that it is not religion from my perspective, it's not from Africa. So all those who are claiming that all religions belong to Africa, etc., etc., that's their prerogative. But from where I see things and observe things and open to new information, it's not so. It's a devilish thing that was brought here by that devil that was cast out from somewhere and ended up here. We'll talk about that in another video in more detail. So the big question is this: what if, because of our ignorance of our mother, we as African people, because of our ignorance of our mother language and our mother tongue, therefore the mystical thing that we, the descendants of Africans, and particularly those of us that are the direct descendants of the transatlantic slave trade, what if this thing that we are calling religion is not at all religion? In other words, we are in ignorance calling that thing, that the spiritual abstract thing, the wrong word. I await your comments and your feedback. Remember, one definition of the word religion, which does not fit when you break up the word religion etymologically and in all its different parts, as I've just done, but one definition according to the Webster's dictionary, the first definition was, I don't know if you remember, but it said man's acknowledgement of his connection to the divine. No, that is not to acknowledge that you belong to the source, and the source of all source has nothing to do with religion. To acknowledge that we are all connected and interconnected to everything in, round, and about us is not religion. It's just common sense, just awareness. That's not religion. It doesn't require a system of belief. And I acknowledge that. I am part of everything, and everything is a part of I. We have a symbiotic relationship to everything and everyone, fortunately or unfortunately. So this is the end of this video presentation. Please stay tuned to this channel, The Right Number, for another upcoming video presentation in the series of presentations titled The Redemption from the Curse of the Black Spell. Again, I thank you. I am the Mystic Philosopher. See you then.